everybody, it's Mary Ellen from Create With Me, and I'm here in the Creativity Nest for another episode of Teach Me Tuesday. So I don't know about you, but I am a huge gadget fan. All my friends can tell you that I have to have the latest iPhone, I have to have the newest tech stuff, and I love my tools. So today I thought I would share with you. I had had people asking me about the Take Your Pick tool and some of the new attachments. And you might be like, what attachments, or what is this Take Your Pick tool? If you don't have this tool in your crafting um, repertoire, then you need to get it because I can't do my crafts as well if I don't have this tool. So it's like any other tool, right? I mean, my hands are tools. Those can only take me so far. I can only do so much of my paper crafting or my baking or my cooking or whatever I do. Sometimes I need tools to make my hard life a little bit easier so things aren't so hard, right? Or harder, as I put in my header. So today I want to share with you the Take Your Pick tool. I'm going to take you down to my desk and share with you where it is in the catalog. So in the annual catalog, this is the May 2023 to April 2024 catalog. On page 145, up here in the corner is the Take Your Pick tool section. Now, it's not super easy to see. It's kind of white on white, okay? But I'm going to show you all the pieces in person so that you can take a look at them, see them personally, and I'm going to share some tips, and I'm going to even show you how to use several of them. So let's just start out with the basic tool, and I have some of each in a box. Surprise, surprise, because I use a lot of these in my business. I actually put one on every table for my in-person classes, and then I have some in front of me, and then I just like to keep them. So let's start with the actual Take Your Pick tool. This is the initial tool, and what you get in the packages, you get a little bit of brief instructions. Those are fabulous, but I'm going to help you with that right now. You get your Take Your Pick tool, which has a what we call a putty end. And this is an end that some people get confused about. So this is a brand new one, so I'm actually not going to use this one, but I want to show you exactly how to use it. So when it comes, you get the putty end, you get an extra putty end, so you get a refill because you will go through this. Then on the other end, you have a spatula, okay, and then this end twists and comes out, and then you store it inside, twist, and there's a pokey tool or a paper piercing tool that you can use on your piercing mat. Let me hold that up so you can see it. Okay, so this one is short and stout. Okay, we'll call it short and stout. And this one is great for putting designs on your paper or poking out those little pieces. This spatula tool is great for picking up a lot of embellishments or kind of digging through some things. I'll use this to pick things up off my desk just if I need to scoop them. So I really love that. Then they come with a cap to go on the end. And then the other piece that comes with it is a double embossing tool or impressor. So it's got a small tip on one end and a big tip on the other. Let me get my tool out. I'm going to show you first the ins and outs of the Take Your Pick tool. So we'll set these other things kind of off to the side. I put my dark mat on because I was hoping with all the white pieces that you would be able to see a little bit better. Okay, so there are some tips on using the putty tool. The putty tool is great for picking up embellishments. I love it for that. But some people say, oh, I turn it and the putty comes out and then it just keeps coming out. The trick is turn it and then back it off a little bit and then just go till it's tight. And then I like to just take my finger, now there's a lot of putty there, and just kind of press it down. And then that's good for a little bit. So let me grab, I'm going to stick myself right into I've got some embellishments here. So I would just pick it up. I do like kind of the scoop and, not just the scoop and slide method. And I have a little embellishment on the end. And then I can put that right precisely where I want it on my card. So I love it. I love it for that. When it's kind of smushed out, you can rip that off. I kind of twist it and you'll see it just comes up, and then I back it off. That's the secret. Back it off so that it will not keep coming out. And then I just tap it slightly with my finger. So that's great for picking up embellishments, picking up sequins that aren't adhesive, picking up little scraps of paper, these wonderful embellishment, Stampin' Up! Dimensional bags. You can pick them up and get them off your desk because sometimes they just kind of stick and you can't get them off. The other end I want to show you, I'm going to take this one off and I'm going to add the embossing end in, and I'm going to switch it to the big end. Well, first I'm going to do this. I'm going to use all these so that you can see them. I just feel like it's important that you see them in use. So I twist that till it locks, and there's got to unlock and a lock. I'm going to bring in my paper piecing mat, okay? And then I've die cut 3 flowers from the seasonal branches, and they're kind of stuck in the die, as you can see. They're stuck in the die. So I can take this little tool and just pop those out quickly. Then I'm going to change my tip. I'm going to put the cap back on. I'm going to change my tip, and I'm going to put in the large embossing tip or impressor tip. I like to, this is something I like to do a lot. When I'm doing flowers, I'll press down. I'm going to see if I can do that up closer to the camera. I don't know if I can or not. Press down, and then I like to just roll, and I'm rolling, and you'll see the flowers moving around in a circle, and I'm softening up those fibers and creating a soft, malleable flower. Oops, this one needs to be turned over. I love these flowers. I'm going to take it back down to my desk and do it like I would normally. I really go at it. I want to break those fibers down and get that flower to be super flexible and look really natural. Okay, it's going to look really natural. Now I'm going to take my I'm going to go back to my putty end, and these are just the embellishments I have on my desk, so I'm going to use those. And I'll tap in a little gem. These are the tinsel gems 3-pack, and then that's the center of my flower. So I've used my take your pick tool to poke out the flowers. I put the embossing end in to break the fibers, and then I've used my putty end to put the embellishments on it. So I love it for that. Now I'm going to take those and I'm going to put those on a card later, and then I'll share those. Okay, so so that's kind of the basic tools. You can change that putty tool out. Then the next thing that came out, so we've got your take your pick tool. Then you've got take your pick tool putty refills that you can purchase. And so those just come 2 in a pack, and this one I've already used one. So those come 2 in a pack, so you can purchase those. You don't have to worry about having to replace the whole tool. This next thing that came out was the take your pick die brush tip. And what comes in this box is 2 mats. There's 2 mats in here, and the die brush. Okay. Good afternoon, Tanya. I'm glad you're tuning in. So I'm going to take the die brush out of the package, and I'm going to show you how I can use that on my base. So I'm just going to unscrew my putty, and I can screw in my brush tool. I'm not going to use these because I've got one already set up here. I've die cut a die, and the pieces are stuck in there. So what I'll do is I'll brush over with the mat underneath. I'll brush over the die, and I can pick it up, and then these pieces will all just fall out. Okay, so this is one piece here, but these pieces all just fell out. If pieces were stuck in here, I could go ahead again with the pokey tool and poke those out of the die. It's super easy, but this just makes easy work of detailed dies. That one's not super detailed, but you get the point of how that works. So now we've got the brush tool. Then the latest thing that I'm most excited about, because it's new, the latest thing is the new take your pick crafter's tips. This is how it comes in your package. There's 3 tips. One we'll show here in a second, but one is a hobby blade, and I've got mine. I'm going to show you with mine, but I want to show you how they came. with some instructions. The hobby blade, which is, similar to an X-Acto knife, and this actually can get changed out when the blade gets dull. You just screw it into your tool, and then you've got this razor blade end just like that. And this can be used for cutting around detailed items. Anytime you would use a hobby blade, sometimes I need it just to get glue off of different surfaces. I need a little razor blade if I'm working on a glass mat. But this can be unscrewed and these blades can come out just like that. And then you can screw it back in. You just tighten it up. Whoops, I went the wrong way. So you just tighten that up and then that blade is ready to go. I put in the header of the video that these can be replaced with the standard number 11 tip. So you have no worries again about having to just easily replace it. Then I told you I would show you this end, and this end came in so handy this week. I had some friends over and I want to show you both ends. And we were working with boxes. We were making boxes and we're using a lot of, let's see if you can put it on there, a lot of tear and tape. And I'm going to show you how nice this is with tear and tape. So you see that this tip and this original tip are both straight pokey tools. This one's more of a needle tip, and this one is a short, I'm going to get it over some brown, a short stubbier tip. Okay, and then this one is making for finer holes. You could use it for poking pieces out, making designs on your paper. Then this other end, which is the end that I'm going to show you with, whoops, that one goes in my tool and locks in place. And then this one, I'll keep this here. I'm going to bring in some tear and tape. And I don't know about you guys, but it's super hard sometimes to get the tear and tape off and to get it started. But I found, I don't have an end on here, not that it matters, but I'm going to just put this one on because I will show that one next. With this little tool that's just similar to what you might see at the dentist, I could just come in and get under that. See how that's just taking that piece of the cover right off? Do you know how I mean with my fingernails, I'm always trying, and I was trying the other day and I was trying to make this box and I thought, well, this is kind of ridiculous. And I thought of this new tool and that's why I got it out. And then I've been playing with it ever since. So totally love this little dental pick is what I'm going to call it. Lastly, and but not least, is this. I'm going to move some pieces out of the way. Get rid of this. This is a rotary blade, but it is a perforated rotary blade. So it's not a straight. If you're a sewer, you know, you're very familiar with rotary blades. This one has a protective cover so that you cannot cut yourself or damage items or damage the blade. It will keep the blade safe when it's stored away. And then you can slide this guard down and then that exposes the blade. So let me slide that up. That's covered. And then sliding it down, it's exposed. It also has a thumb screw here. So if your blade is really, really loose, you can adjust it. It's adjustable here, it can go in or out. And then you can remove it and you can use a standard 28 millimeter rotary cutting blade or perforating blade. So I want to show you just a fun project. I like to finish with a project. I'm going to first bring in some chipboard. This is just chipboard out of our specialty paper, and I'm just going to bring in some designer series paper, and I'm going to show you, you could use your scissors for this, but it's really fun to make curvy lines. See how fast that went? When you use scissors and sometimes you get those kind of jerky lines, but look how fun that is. So you could turn this over, and this is a great way to kind of do that wavy stacking thing. So I could just keep doing, curvy lines like that. Then I can remove, perforate it off, and then I can just do a little stacked card and just keep going down. That could be my background on my card. Super, super cute. Okay, let me put that up to the camera. I know I'm zoomed out a little bit because I wanted you to see everything. So that's one way to use this blade. It's super cute. But imagine it to use it on a card that was maybe had a bookmark on it, or maybe this is for a ticket, a tear off ticket for something that you're doing. I'm just bringing out, you might have seen my video last week where I used the Memories and More from Balloons and Bright and Beautiful. And so I brought out the pieces for that. I'm just going to make a little card. What I did is I started by putting some of the Bright and Beautiful Designer Series paper inside of my card. So this is just a pre-done card base, and I'm going to go ahead and score it. I'm going to complete this one all the way, I think. We'll see what happens. Okay, and so inside I put a strip of Designer Series paper because on the front I'm going to put a tear off bookmark, and when the tear off bookmark is removed, it'll still have this decorative paper and the card will still look really, really pretty, I hope. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and decorate the front. I'm just going to bring in my glue. This one wasn't working for me this morning, so let's see if it's working now. These are just the Memories and More cards. Okay, and I'm going to lay this on the side that says Let's Party. And I pre-cut these down to size. This one says Hip Hip Hooray. Okay, and then I'm going to use some of my stickers from the kit. And I want to, oh, this one is being contrary. Maybe I need my tool. That one just was not tearing right. Not sure if this is going to help either. It's like I couldn't get under the, wonder if I poke it. Well, God, goodness gracious. The sticker is, there we go. This just was tearing off. Good thing I don't need it all. So I'm going to layer this on here. Probably got my head way in the way. And then I'm going to take my snips. I'm going to take my scissors. My snips are buried over there. I can see them, but I'm just going to cut that. Okay. And then let's see if I can get this other one up. I'm not sure if I can. There we go. All right. Then I'm going to cover this one right here. Just like that. Okay. All right. So now we're going to leave room for our actual bookmark. And what I did is I took a piece of Designer Series paper and just punched it with my tag topper punch. And I'm going to lay it down on my card right here. Okay. So then what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to take my tip that is a little thicker, and I'm going to bring in my piercing mat, and I'm going to make my hole right here, and then I would add ribbon or twine or something on this front of this paper, front of this project, front of this little card. I'm going to put, let's see, on my bookmark. Well, that came off much better. Thank you for that. These balloons, and I'm going to try to keep it here. If I have to snip it off there, I'm fine with that. Barely. Luckily it's in the white, you don't even see it. And let's see, maybe some stars. Okay, I'm just checking. Some stars, poke that out. Put some stars here. Whoops. This tool is just priceless to me. I use it all the time. And then I'm going to finish it with a little star up here. Okay, and I just feel like I need one more star to put inside my balloons. Okay, so this is going to be my tear off bookmark. And I did a little work ahead of time. And I know that if I want this to be straight, I can lay that on the line. I can bring in my ruler, okay, and lay that right here in the groove. Pull back my blade, and I'm just going to perforate that. So now it's a card just like this. I put a little bit of ribbon. I don't have any on my desk, so I'm not going to do that, but I'll take a picture of it. And then this can easily just be torn off. I'm just going to start it. See, it's easily perforated and comes right apart, okay? I want to still photograph it, so I'm not going to do that, but I'll add a little bit of ribbon and then I'll show you the before and after. And then when it's removed, you'll be able to still see this designer series paper back there. Okay, so it's a kind of a fun way to give someone a little gift and a card all in one. So I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of demonstration of all the pieces that come in the Take Your Pick tool. I hope it will inspire you to use it if you have it, and if you don't, then to just know that you need it. It'll make your crafting just that much better. I really enjoyed playing around with it. I really enjoyed having it, using it just on the that little dental tool. Oh my gosh, picking up little pieces. And then I was thinking, you know how on the clear envelopes and you tear off that little tab and they always stick to you. Just use this little dental tool and you can pick it up with that, and it will just stay right in the little this little tip right there, and you can throw it right in the garbage, and it doesn't even have to touch your fingers and be all static cling to it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Have a great day, and I'll see you on Friday. It's time for ME's 3Cs. So bye everybody.